Why we shouldn't forget about rosé. Rosé is a perfect foil in the summer for different styles of foods and also for just general drinking for pleasure. There are a number of types of rosé and rosés from all over the world. We've got, in this case, we happen to have French rosés, but French rosés have a classic structure to them. They tend to be, for example, a Loire rosé, crisp, fresh, and for me, in terms of the feel on the palate, quite austere. However, on the nose, lovely rosé flavors like strawberry, raspberry, fresh fruit flavors coming through. Bordeaux rosé should be crisp, dry, and again, the same flavor profiles. Because they're rosés, you do tend to get very similar profiles, which hover around red fruit like strawberry, raspberry, and maybe on the deeper rosés, cherry. If you were buying an Australian rosé, there's some wonderful rosés that come almost dark rose, nearly red. They're heavier than these rosés and can be quite rich and more viscousy. And there you're talking flavors reaching into cherry and even hints of plum in them. So how do you use your rosés? Rosés are used mainly because you want to have crisp, fresh feel in wine and to use these wines with seafood, for example, summer foods, and they work beautifully with barbecues because they complement that burnt taste you can get in a barbecue. They also complement the rich flavors of the meats you're using. Rosés also, in terms of weight, tend to fall between a white wine and a red wine. They're not as heavy as red wines. So for people who'd like to drink red wine only, they can try rosés and feel not disappointed in the hot weather. For people who drink white wines, rosé are richer, heavier wines. However, they do have very fruit-driven styles that work well with seafood, work well with sausages or any of the barbecue foods you get. So rosés are a lovely intermediate. They're not made by mixing red and white wines. They're made from extracting the red color in the juice during the fermentation process, during the maceration process. So don't think of taking a white wine and the red wine and mixing them and thinking you're making a rosé. Rosés are individual wines and they have a place in the wine calendar and they have a place in food. They're very enjoyable. Please try them. You'll find surprises amongst them.